about to clutch this. I'm hour 25. I gotta bring that energy. You know? What it do, everyone, and when are you? This is the time you need but don't have. My name is Nick. Welcome to Hour 25. Today is 4/20/21. This is episode 5 of 800 World News and a part 2 with Bart, who has a Ledger Live tutorial and more. No time to spare. Let's drop a clock on him. So, let's get into it. Exclusive, UNICEF says AstraZeneca supply problems outside India resolved. Let's check it out. I'm missing a new tab. The UN agency responsible for distributing vaccines replied to Reuters in an email saying, the initial challenges related to release of vaccines due to ramping up a new supply chain and production across continents have now been resolved. They also added, at this point, UNICEF expects around 65 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines from suppliers outside of India will be available for supply through the end of May to 80 countries. The New York Times. Stephen Curry has scored at least 30 points in 11 straight NBA games, breaking Kobe Bryant's record for a player who is 33 or older. The Hill. House Republicans ask Pelosi to reschedule Biden's address to Congress. In other news, Real Madrid president says European Super League will save football. I'm hearing otherwise from people I know who are big diehard soccer fans. In their opinion, they think that this move would potentially destroy the ecosystem of football and the way the whole market works. Let me know what your opinion is. I don't follow soccer much. Big news here. Binance US hires former bank regulator Brian Brooks as CEO, former head COTI to depart. Brian Brooks, the former Coinbase executive who helmed the office of the Comptroller of the Currency, OCC, under U.S. President Donald Trump, will become CEO of Binance US. After stepping down from the public sector on January 14, 2021, crypto observers have been watching closely for where Brooks would land. In March, he joined the board of data sharing startup Spring Labs. The Binance.US move is clearly far more significant. Keep an eye on that. Some more big news. Venmo is into crypto, allowing users to buy Bitcoin and others. Venmo will allow users to buy and sell cryptocurrencies on its app. In addition to Bitcoin, Venmo has opened up platform to Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, generally considered among the mainstream of the digital currencies. Despite the social media proclaimed arrival of Doge Day Tuesday, the cryptocurrency Dogecoin is not on the list to be cleared for trade on Venmo. Some other stuff I think you should see. Alexandra Huck, at Huck Alexandra, says, the CEO of COTI just finished recording the Africa special for Cardano. COTI is taking part in a special episode that will supposedly be aired at the end of April. Hopefully, they announce one of the biggest government deals in the history of blockchain. If you're not familiar with what COTI is, this is their website. You'll see here a brief description. COTI, or Currency of the Internet, aims to build a decentralized and scalable payments network to facilitate efficient global commerce. Using the DAG, we'll get into that, COTI will allow 10,000 plus transactions per second, much more than is needed. For example, Visa is about 4,000 transactions per second at its peak. If you go here, this is where it describes it in a little more detail. The trust chain lies on a multi-DAG, a directed acyclic or acyclic graph data structure which works in tandem to drive up scalability, processing over 100,000 transactions per second, otherwise known as TPS. DAG is the most suitable infrastructure for payments due to its scalability and low transaction cost. This is a directed acyclic or acyclic graph. In mathematics, particularly graph theory and computer science, a DAG is a directed graph with no directed cycles. That is, it consists of vertices and edges, with each edge directed from one vertex to another, such that following those directions will never form a closed loop. Whatever that might mean. So that's what COTI is doing. On our final piece of news, Derek Chauvin was convicted of murder and manslaughter in the death of George Floyd. The former Minneapolis police officer was convicted of second-degree unintentional murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter in the death of George Floyd. He was immediately taken into custody after the jury announced its verdicts Tuesday afternoon, and he will be sentenced in the coming weeks. So that's a quick glimpse of what's been happening recently. I'm going to pass the video off to Bart for part 2. Enjoy.
Welcome to the second part of the video. My name is Bart. It's going to be another celebrity video. I help run behind the scenes of HourTwentyFive and also give some information on to frequently asked questions by friends and family, and also a couple that we've had in the comments below. In this video, I just want to touch on a few things, mainly being the ledger itself, the hardware wallet, which we've talked about previously. I'm going to talk about the advantages of having one, the differences between the S and the X, and one quick little section I want to have in the beginning is price prediction. I know a lot of these videos you'll see on YouTube, 10x, 20x, Bitcoin to 100,000, Ethereum to 10,000. I'm going to show you how you can do some of your own research with simple math calculations. So let's get into it. This website, LiveCoinWatch, shows the current prices of all the cryptocurrencies, their market cap, volume in the last 24 hours, all-time high, and a weekly chart. The coin I'm going to use right now is Bitcoin for the first example, and how exactly this price is 61,733. So we'll click on Bitcoin, and its market cap, which we need in our calculations, is 1.15 trillion. We will take this number and enter into the calculator, as it just changed. 1153 trillion. And the second number we'll need is the total supply. Right now it is 18.684 million. And we're going to use that to divide the market cap. So the 1.1 trillion divided by the 18.684 million. And we will get an answer of 61,710, the price of Bitcoin. So now with the videos that you see on YouTube, you can come to a conclusion that the price of Bitcoin to get to $100,000, the market cap would roughly have to double, going to a little under 2 trillion, which would make this number roughly 100,000 plus. If you want to do your own research and figure out what a coin actually could be worth in the future, based on certain information that you have or research that you've done, the example I would like to use is Cardano, as we are vested in it and run the stake pool. And we would like to thank everybody that is staking with us. We are going to have shirts for everybody that's in the pool, as well as have giveaways for new subscribers. And we're also going to be giving away Cardano to subscribers. So stay tuned, follow, like, comment below. This is all happening in the near future. So we'll take Cardano as an example. And let's say we'd like to know what the price might be come the end of the year. If we think that Cardano's market cap is going to match Bitcoin, so let's just use 1 trillion as an example, and we divide that by the total supply, 32, just use a rounded number, 32 billion, would give us a price of $31.25. This would be the price of Cardano if it were to ever match the market cap of Bitcoin. If you wanted to do it for Ethereum, you would take the same thing, find Ethereum's market cap, divide it by the supply, and that would give you a different answer. You can do this for any coin, find out the price of anything you think might happen in the future. It's just a quick little guide to find out how the price is actually evaluated and gives it a current price. With that, I'm going to talk about the ledger. So here we have the Ledger Live software on the desktop. I have my balances in discrete mode. The first point I want to make about getting a ledger is please get it off the Ledger website itself. Do not get this off Amazon or any third party. You do not want it to be compromised in any such way, and it will run a check when you first sign on to Ledger Live itself to make sure it is authentic. Upon purchasing the Ledger Live, it comes with 2 pads to write down the key phrases that comes with the ledger itself. Each one is different. I think 12 words and 24 words depending on which version you get, whether it's the S or the X. On the ledger, it's going to give you those words in order. You want to write those down on the piece of paper it comes with, and then have to retype them in back into the ledger in order as you wrote them down. After that, you would make a PIN code, download the Ledger Live software, plug in your ledger, create a password for the Ledger Live, and this would bring you to this front screen here. It has your accounts, send and receive. If I wanted to send this, I could receive. It gives me an address. Buy, sell, swap, lend. I wouldn't use this in this exchange itself. And how to get a coin that you want to send to the ledger itself. So on this screen, it's going to ask me to unlock my device, which I'm going to do by typing in my PIN code on the ledger. After typing in my PIN code, this screen pops up, shows which ledger I have. Right now I'm on the S, and it has all the coins supported. You could type in any coin, see if it's supported. Cardano, it's installed, you can have it. Key point I like to make here, if you have multiple different cryptocurrencies, I would highly recommend getting the X, as the S has very little memory on it. As you can see, there's only 156 kilobytes. I myself have the X, and I believe it has over 100 megabytes, so you can have more than 3 coins on your ledger. Right now, on this ledger itself, there's Cardano, Ethereum, and XRP. If I wanted to install Bitcoin, I would not be able to, as I do not have enough memory on the Ledger hardware wallet itself. That's one advantage of having the X over the S. Another key point I'd like to make about owning the Ledger hardware wallet itself, prices are rising. The exchanges could be overwhelmed, as I've previously seen in the past, which could cause them to crash and lock you out of your account until the servers are back up. Having a ledger gives you total control over your crypto. And a key point I'd like to make, I don't know if it applies to many people, which I hope it doesn't. If you're on Robinhood and you're buying crypto, you actually do not own that crypto. You only own certificates of that crypto. You're never able to send that crypto over to your wallet over here. So with that, that's just a brief summary of the ledger. If there's any other questions, please feel free to comment below, as I'm more than welcome to answer all and any. With that, I'll send the last portion over back to Nick. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you, Bart. Thank you for going over the Ledger Live. You did hear him right. We are going to have some giveaways coming up, so stay tuned for those. Also, to mention it one more time, we have timestamps in the videos. You can use it at the play bar or in the description box. Also in the description box will be all the links for everything we covered in the show. If you made it this far, God bless, and we'll see you on the next one. Be good.